Let me talk about baggage claim. So when I landed back home Sunday in the Houston's airport, I was waiting on my bags, and there was a girl standing there, and she was cute. She was all right. And one of the airport workers came up to her, and I got my earbuds in. And at first, I thought he was asking, did she need any help or was she need something? And she kept shaking her head. Mm-mm, mm-mm. But he wouldn't leave. So I was like, what's he doing? And he kept standing like this, moving his hands like this, and he's moving his shoulders. And I was like, and he was right in her personal space. I go, wait a minute, what's going on here? So the white in me, the Karen, took out my earbuds and started listening. He was trying to holler at her, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. And it got uncomfortable for a minute. Like I almost had to be the white guy and step in, but I was just like, let me just fall back and see if he ever leaves. But I felt bad for the girl because I was like, she's by herself. She's sitting there. She clearly just wants to be left alone. And he wouldn't leave her alone. And it's probably went on for 3 or 4 minutes, which is a long time waiting on your bags. And by the time I took out my earbuds, I just saw him sitting there. And then he kept saying, yo, put my number in your phone. But she goes, I'm on 2%. And he goes, well, you can charge it. And she goes, at one point, she just shook her hands like this. She goes, I just want to get my bag. And he goes, well, she goes, no. And she kept saying, he kept like pursuing, like, can we talk? Can I take you out? And she was like, no. She was like, but it was nice meeting you. She was so polite. And he just wouldn't leave it alone. And that's where it got awkward. And it was just how close he was to her. And then she just was like, he goes, we can't even be friends. You don't need, she goes, I don't really need any more friends. He goes, we can't do nothing. And I was just like, dude, read the room, bro. I'm all about not giving up, but you got to read the room. And you're working. Just come to your job, do your job. If you want to say something to a lady, that's fine. I said, but at some point, you got to let it go, bro. And finally he dipped. Finally he left. He goes, all right, well, it was good talking to you. But he was still kind of lurking. It was awkward. It was uncomfortable. And he just felt like some kind of predator. I can't explain it. And it's just so weird because she just was standing there waiting on her bag. And he just moved in. And just the way he was moving. He had to be there. It was awkward. And then at one point I saw her leave to charge her phone on one of the wall things. But he was still looking. He was still like, and then I got my bag. And then I kind of waited. And then I saw her get her bag. And she walked out and got in a car. But I just kind of hung back and kind of watched it all play out. Like, thank God when she got her bag like right at the same time I did. And then I saw her get in a car. And then I kind of then I went to my car. But I probably would have stuck around just to make sure she got to her car. Because it was that awkward and it was that uncomfortable. I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version. It was just weird. And the fact that he works at the airport made it all the more awkward. Like, oh, is that what he's doing? Just moving around, hitting on girls he sees at the airport all the time? I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. I didn't like it. And just as a dad and as a brother and everything, just a guy that doesn't want to see women like in awkward situations. It was just weird. I didn't like it at all. But I did my Karen bit. I took my earbuds out, didn't say nothing, but I was an eye shot. And then I waited till she got in a car before I left. I just kind of like, all right, because he was still lurking. He was still close. Like, in Houston, the baggage claim it's chaotic, especially if you're at the United terminal. Oh my God, the C terminal, those baggage claims is packed. There's hundreds of people. So it's easy to get kind of lost in all that. So, but he made sure he had eyes on her the whole time. And I kept like looking like, dog, She already said no. Why are you still kind of standing around? Like he wasn't too far away from her. It was weird. It was weird. He was a weirdo.